Massive market dump and what to do. Hello people, I'm the Naked Trader, and today we will take a look at the massive market dump earlier this week and still going on. Bitcoin failed to claim the 30k and is currently at 25k support zone. The breakout happened in a downwards direction and still trying to find support for the next run. Will Bitcoin hold the 25k support zone, or will Bitcoin test lower levels? Let's find it out together in today's technical analysis, where interesting support and resistance levels are, so you are prepared for the coming price action. I will also recap Bitcoin and Ethereum analysis from last week, and I will also analyze SOLANA USDT, TSLA, Cardano USDT, PARAMOUNT, Global, and Ethereum. So let's start with the weekly chart. Currently a red week. So yes, I will make last week's plan visible. Okay, as you can see, it went up from 25,300, almost at the white line over here. Currently pressure is still downwards. There's no trouble yet as long as we are holding this low. That's what we prefer to hold. So still a way to go, and that is around 22,000. So if we lose this low, then probably there will be some panic. But even if we still hold above here, 17,300, then it can still function as a higher low. Wait. Low and high, higher low on the higher time frame. Okay. So from the weekly I will change to the daily. Okay, so okay, I will remove this scenario. I'll remove this scenario. This one still valid, and this one too. If you play the short, then you could have had more than 8%. So congratulations if you did. You can still check it in the analyze from last week. I'll post a link in the video. Okay. So what's the plan for now? So either we hold above 24,800 and go up, and if we fail to hold support of 25,800, then the next test will be around 22,600. Okay, I will add a new scenario. If we manage to hold here, and the next test will be around 27,200. If we reject there, then the same scenario will happen. Either we will test the 24,800 or lower. And if we want to see a reversal, then we need to gain the drop off, and I prefer to gain the 27,800 also and test the 29,000. And then you can try to play either the aggressive entry around 27,200 and try to break the 29,000, or a more defensive one. It all depends on the coming price action. More defensive one, I would say around 26,000, and try to go up from there. So that's the plan for Bitcoin coming days. And from Bitcoin, I will go to Solana. Due to the delisting of Robinhood, Solana is crashed too. So let's see if we can find an interesting area for a long. Okay, this was the weekly low, the $9.90 area, and it was in January 23. Okay, from the weekly I will go to the daily. So Solana prefer to hold above this weekly low, $9.90. Okay, for now it held support at this daily level, the $13.10. This comes from here, the test, and I see some volume over here. Okay, I will go to the 4 hour. We'll go to the 1 hour. The 15 minutes. Currently still rejecting the test over here. Okay. So either we reject at $17.30 and test lower. Let's say that can be around $11.10 or $9.99. This is the lower time frame, the 4 hours. So if you manage to hold here at $14.90, a test of $70.33, pullback at $15.60, and try to break the $19. That can be a scenario. I'll go back to the weekly. Okay, yeah, I see enough. If we lose the $9.99 support level, then it's not looking good. Then we will probably see $4.41 and try to go up from there. So that's the scenario for Solana the coming days. And from Solana, I will go to Tesla. Okay, this is a scenario I've shared earlier, probably somewhere in February. If you played this one, you could have had more than 60% gains. So congratulations if you played the defensive play. I will share a link to the full analyze in the video so you can check it out, and we will make a new analyze. I want to start with a clean chart. Yeah, currently at the monthly. Okay, we might see a test of the 290. Let's go to the weekly. Okay. Okay, a nice low and high, and higher low, and a higher high. Let's change to the daily. Okay, I will make a plan for Tesla the coming days. Either we reject at 260 and then a test around 191, or we reject and we test around 177. We do want to hold above 166 to maintain the construction. I mean low and high and higher low, and we're currently printing an higher high. This is the low that we aim to hold. So technically an entry above 166 still function as an higher low. And if we somehow manage to test the 299 immediately, then you can play a more aggressive play around 207 and try to break the 299. And this play come from the top over here and also the bottom over here that opens a new test. And that's nice, very nice. So from Tesla, I will go to Cardano, also suffering from the FUD last week at Robinhood from the delisting, same as Solana and a lot more crypto. This was also an analysis that I've shared somewhere in April, and I will share a link in the video so you can watch the full analysis. If we go to the lower time frame, then you can see the test here at 38 cents. If you played this one, you could have had more than 9%. And if you played the short, you could have still been. As you can see here, it also tried to bounce here. And from there, it was about almost 4%. So if you had increased your stop loss, you could have been in profit too. And now we try to defend the 24-cent level, and you could have had already more than 15%. So let's go to the daily. I also want to start with a clean chart here. Let's start at the weekly. If we compare Cardano against Solana, Cardano is already lower than Solana. We are already here at the weekly low. And if we go back to Solana at the weekly, then you can see the weekly low over here is still a higher low now. So if you compare Cardano to Solana, Cardano looks weaker for now. Okay. I will add some levels. From the weekly, I will change to the daily. Okay. Let's go back in the past and see what I can find. Okay. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. Okay, I will draw some scenarios. It is trying to bounce, but we don't know if it will succeed for now. So what we would like to see for Cardano is this. Let's say a test around 30 cent, pullback, entry around 26.50, and try to break the 30 cent. And if it managed, then we would like to see the same scenario at the higher time frame. Then the next test will be around 34 cent and the next one around 37 cent. If Cardano fill, okay, go back to the 4-hour. If it failed, then it's probably not looking good. There can be a second try of the test of 24 cents, but I'm not a big fan of that. It's already tested. Then let's go to the weekly. If Cardano fails, then I would say the next test will be around 15 cents. And if it doesn't hold support at 15 cents, then the next test is around 10.6 cents. So guys, be very careful with this. Wait for the lower time frame construction to change with a low and high and higher low, and enter at the pullback with the double confirmation so you can play the breakout. That's the most safest way to play. Okay, that was the plan for Cardano, and from Cardano I will go to Paramount, starting at the monthly chart. Okay. From the monthly construction is still downwards, as you see, but we held this low for now, the $14 area. So let's change to the weekly. Currently facing resistance from the lows over here. Okay, from the weekly to the daily. The daily construction is upwards for now. We have a low and high, and higher low and higher high. We have gained the drop off over here. I'll change to the 4-hour. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, it is. I'll make a plan for the coming days. There are 3 possible entries for now. The aggressive one is around 1573. And try to test the $19.54. The more defensive one around $15.10, and I prefer to see and hold above this to maintain the construction, the local construction, the local upwards construction. And if we fail to hold the $15.10, then the next test will be between 1401 and 1427. And then with a test of $15.73. Yeah. Okay, that's the plan for Paramount Global. And from Paramount, I will go to Ethereum. Starting at the weekly chart, also a red week, suffering from the FUD, the delistings of Robinhood, from Cardano, Solana, etc. Okay, but Ethereum still looking stronger than Bitcoin. If we compare it, Ethereum is still holding this range here. I will change back to Bitcoin to the weekly. So here it is already much lower than where Ethereum is. Ethereum is still holding this. The bottom of the range here and the top of this range here. And back to Bitcoin, it's already low. The bottom of the range this week is already lower than the bottom of the range, but still above the top of the range here. Okay, back to Ethereum. From the weekly, I will change to the daily, and I will make last week's plan visible. For the people who have played this poll on the community tab, for now scenario B and C are still open. Scenario A isn't valid anymore, so I'll remove it. So congratulations if you played B or C. Still need to be confirmed which one it will be. So Ethereum is losing the support of 1776. Today's closure is very important. If Ethereum doesn't succeed to close above 1776, that's mean a daily loss over the range here, and the downwards momentum confirmed. So then most likely a test lower will be in play. That can be either the 1668 or 1590. Worst case even lower, but for now that's not for now yet. So we'll add some scenarios. Either we gain the last drop of test 1891 and then pull back around 1776 and try to break the 1891. Or Ethereum reject at the 1845 and test lower, and that can be either the test of 1668 or 1590 for now. So that will be the plan for Ethereum the coming days. And thank you guys for watching this week's episode. Smash the like button, join Team NakedTrader, and follow me in all the socials. You can find it in the banner or in the description down below. Have a nice Sunday and see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye bye.